Hello and good day. Today, I think it's easy for me to think about things I'm grateful for and things I'm appreciating in my life. That it feels a little bit overwhelming, actually. Yeah, it's funny that sometimes just you look around and you can't believe that at one point in time you didn't have what you currently have, what you we take for granted every day. And yes, that was my thought, I think, before I start recording this new journal. I went to sit and relax and just thinking about, okay, what am I recording now next? Am I talking about this or that? And then I found myself that my mind keeps recalling different ideas and different things, and just it became ridiculous. So I jumped in and I said, okay, let's make use of this state now and list as many things we can be grateful for. I mean, it can be the everyday life things. It's not just about the big things in our lives or the most valuable things, but the things that we really take for granted. I mean, I remember when I used to be very young. We didn't have that access to as much music as we currently have access to. I'm not young. I'm old and not very old as well, but I have been in the time, or I've grew up in that time where the music that I have or I can listen to, it's either the radio, can be the TV, or it can be that just the stereo tape that we have. And then it became a little bit more sophisticated, and we have the CD and the DVD. But at the same time, you can't just listen to anything you want. You listen to what's available in the market at that time, and what your big brother is listening to, and you steal some of those cassettes and CDs and DVDs, and you listen to. And I remember the first time I got my own Walkman and my earphones and the headphones, and how at some point it became slower when the batteries went out. So there were always limitations, or not limitations. There were there used to be more limitations than what we currently have. I mean, now we have unlimited electricity that we just plug in, and we take it for granted. And I remember when I used to have my Walkman, it's a battery, and eventually the battery runs out. You need to get a new one, and when you finish the music, you need to go to the store and buy a new one. And I mean, the way that we have all these options of music and songs, and at any time we want, that access of abundant number of songs and genres, and the old and the new. I mean, it's taken for granted, and we get surprised actually if we happen to want to listen to a song and we can't find it. We get surprised. I mean, it has to be there somewhere, and it's always there somewhere. And we take that for granted, which is 20-30 years ago it wasn't that common. And it's a big shift, and I'm not saying that we need to, we used to live a tough life. It wasn't tough, it was amazing. I was feeling so special as a teenager to have a Walkman in my pocket, but at the same time, that makes what I have right now is very important. I can access to uh, access any song, any music I want at any time, and I don't care about if the battery is gonna run out and I have to save the battery for the long ride, instead of just saying, oh, I need to decide when I'm gonna listen to my Walkman, because if I use it now, I'm not gonna be able to use it later, and then all these calculations that I used to calculate, I don't have to do it now. I can listen now, I can listen after an hour, I can turn it on and sleep. And that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, we don't even think about those things, or maybe we do, but we can spend more time thinking about them and appreciating that. And my dog is looking for me. And this is one small thing. Like, we talk about even the books, I think. And this is, I think, what comes to my mind, the things that we find as a passion or entertaining or even knowledge. It's anything we need to know a little bit more information about, we can just access it right away, right in the moment we choose to, through our devices. And at the same time, if you're a person who likes books like me, and the access for the books is just also the abundance that we have is amazing. And I remember when we had that time that we had a limited number of books. Yes, our house, when I was growing up, we had a huge number of books and big library, and it used to be something that's not always available, because my parents used to like reading as well. But when you want to know something, you need to go and check in the books that you have currently, or go into the bookstore and find if there is any book relatively close to the topic you want to learn more about. But now, if I want to learn about anything, literally anything, I can just open up my device and access that and find more information, and then find even courses and teachers and events and programs and everything I need. And I just need to decide what I want to do. And even books, to get more books, if you don't want the audio books, if you don't want the digital books, we have the online bookstores where you have access to anything that's printed almost anywhere in the world through online stores, and you just order them, wait for them for a couple of days, and they're there. And you know what books are there, what topics, and you're not limited in any way. And we actually take that for granted. We don't think about how many books we have access to nowadays. It's amazing. If you want to learn something, the whole universe is telling you, okay, take. I have a lot of information that you can take of. And if you want to listen to something, you can listen. And if whatever you're interested in, there is always something about the thing that you're interested in, whatever it is. Even for when you want to sit and meditate, amazing teachers and guides, and you have like hundreds and thousands of recordings that can match where you are, and just go through them. And even with that, you have abundance of resources. Where I think that's where it comes to, the abundance of resources. We can see that we are limited in our resources when we focus maybe on one or two areas in our lives, and we can see abundance. The abundance is there, but which area am I focused on, and what mindset am I approaching life with? This is just a small example, and I'm talking just about music or or books, or honestly any type of entertainment, and even food. I mean, I live in a place where you can think about any type of food. Open your application on food application on the phone, and I just place the order. And it's gonna be delivered in less than an hour. Whatever cuisine, whatever food you wanna eat, and that's amazing. I remember the time when I was growing up that we eat what we have at home, whatever is cooked, and if there is nothing cooked, then we eat whatever is available and get creative with it. And whatever we cook is always something that's related to what's seasonal at that time. So you have always, like, the families will be cooking almost the same food throughout the year. So in the winter we have specific vegetables, and so everybody's cooking with those vegetables, and in summer different types of vegetables and fruits, and then everybody's eating the same. So you're expecting to have something very similar everywhere you go, and that was amazing. But now we are not limited to that because of the technologies we have, the ability to transport food from all over the globe to anywhere we are at, and we just have access to that anytime we want. And this is just another example of the abundance of choices that we have. And what are we doing with those choices? How are we utilizing them? Are we really exploring? Are we fascinated with that? Are we just like we don't even think about that anymore because it's just right available for us? And do we see still value with this? Because I remember when, again, with the music or the books, the book is very important. So when you give to someone to borrow it, you bring it back, and it has to be in a good condition. And borrowing books is a big responsibility because it's important. What's even more important is borrowing the cassettes of music and CDs, and that was long time ago. So when you borrow it, you need to make sure that it's still in a good shape when you give it back, and yes, it was different, and I'm not saying that it was less, but what I'm saying now, that there's an abundance. So whatever we had problems with before, now we don't have them. If you like a band, if you like a singer, you immediately have access to their songs, and in many ways, and remixes and live music and recorded studio. So it's just more and more. And I think that's beautiful, and I just want to take that time to appreciate that, or express my appreciation to this part of our daily lives that we take for granted, or I take for granted most of the time. I am really thankful, I'm really grateful, and I'm really appreciative, and all I'm trying to do is not to take things for granted. And what I mean by that is not to forget how amazing this is, even if it's abundant. And I mean, the most impressive example for me is our breath. I mean, the air is everywhere, literally everywhere. Everywhere we go, the air is there. And it doesn't make it less valuable. So the abundance of any item, because it's there everywhere, it doesn't make it less important or less valuable. And because we cannot survive without air, we need to breathe. So we don't even think about it that much as well. We just take that as well for granted, which is okay. We can look at it like we are worthy of whatever we receive. We are worthy of all these options, and we are worthy of all these amazing gifts and gifts from the universe, and we created this in our reality. We created this reality, which is amazing. But also, it is nice to remember and stay focused on being thankful and grateful, and yeah, just taking a moment. I mean, just a moment to express that appreciation and express this gratitude. And yes, it is there everywhere, but it's still amazing. That's it for today. I think I'm gonna continue counting what I'm grateful for, I think, in my mind, and maybe another time we'll come back with another 2 or 3 things of our daily life that maybe we forget about them, and just take a moment to feel thankful for and appreciate them a little bit more. And if you stayed with me, I thank you, and I appreciate that as well. And I wish you a great day.